Welcome back to the podcast today. We have a guest, Flix. Welcome, Flix.
Hiya, hiya. What's good?
Um, and Ben, of course, as well.
Hi.
So today we'll go through the City game, the Wolfsberger game, everything to do with Tottenham, as usual. So let's start with the City game. And let's start with the lineups and initial thoughts. Flix, what do you think of the City game?
Uh, Terrible. Shocking. Wasn't good. Lineups, the tactics. It was good to see Tananga back in there. But boy, other than that, it was just terrible.
Do you think Tanganga was maybe too young to play a game like this, or do you think it was the right time?
No, 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 no. Just he should have been put in that squad a long time ago. Because when you got the likes of Dyer, who's just I don't know what's happened to Dyer to be honest, because it was doing okay, but he's just declined. You've got Rodon, who I do like, but obviously we ain't seen enough of him. Um, with obviously you've got Reglon there, who's been a massive loss. Um, Sergio Aurier on the other side, he's been out for what 2-3 weeks now. So again, a big loss. So instead we've had Doherty there instead, who for me is just not good enough. Um, who am I missing? Um,
Davies.
Davis, yes, he's another one. It just hasn't been cutting it. Um, so obviously, from what I'm hearing, we got Reguilon back tomorrow for the West Ham game.
That's been pushed back to the
Has it?
Wolfsberger game, yeah.
Okay. Uh,
About that.
so yeah, it's just the defense, man. It's just been terrible. It's just individual errors, and then it all goes back to Lloris. He's not good enough. This and that, and this. Nah. I'm not liking that one when it's all been put on Lloris as well. Because when you haven't got no confidence in your back four, the pressure's then on you. Um, so you can't put all the blame on Lloris as well. But it's just certain players when it comes to individual errors.
Yeah. I think Ben, do you have any more thoughts on that on the lineups and all?
Um, well, I think this season, we obviously improved the defense by getting in Reguilon, and then we tried Doherty. But I think the problem with Doherty is he's been playing for 10 years in a five at the back, and now he's just sort of been told, "Oh, you're not going to play that ever again." So I think he's a good player, but I don't think he's in the right system. Um, I I'm not the biggest fan of Davis. I just think he's a bit too defensive for a fullback, especially in today's game. But
Mm.
um, Dyer, Sanchez, Alderweireld, um, they're decent. Are they a top four defense? No.
Sorry,
Um,
quickly, that was the other one I forgot. Sanchez, it's just been an
yeah,
absolute calamity, in it. But yeah,
yeah.
sorry, go on.
Like our ambition is to get top four, and then eventually try and build a team that will compete again for a league title like we did in 16, 17, 15, 16 under Pochettino. Are we anywhere near that right now? No. Are we going to be anywhere near that right now with the investment that we're making? It's unlikely. So unless we find someone who is um, just a lights out defender, someone like Skriniar, I don't know why. I don't know what happened there. Inter Milan were asking for 40 million for one of the best defenders in the world, and Levy said, "Oh no, I'm Daniel Levy. I want to pay like 10 million."
Mm.
So
Mm.
um, whether that sort of move will cost us, I don't know. But right now, I don't think the defense is good enough to challenge for a top four spot.
I think one of the things you need in a Jose Mourinho defense is, and you need to be like very confident because at the end of the day, it's almost you're going to be playing on a low block with people very close to you. but at the same time, you need to be sending balls up to Harry Kane, Son.
Mm.
And what I liked about him at the start of the season, about Eric Dyer, was he was able to do that. But I just think he's lost that confidence. Uh,
With Dyer, yes, like I said at the start, his confidence is just declined. I just don't know what's happened. And also with like Lloris, a lot of people are saying he's not good enough no more. It's come on. It's, um, again, it's like the back four. When you haven't got a back four that you're not confident in, it's when all the pressure's on you. But like going back to that City game with Sanchez there, like what the hell was he doing? Like like some fucking nose bomb dive at the end there. Like it's it's just not good enough. Like nah. These players like Sanchez, even Davies, I hate to say it, Harry Winks, he's Tottenham through and through. But I just like, it's obviously confidence there, but it's just constantly now, they're just not good enough for the level we need to be at.
I think our attack is at a place where, it can challenge. Our midfield is getting there
Yeah.
with Højbjerg and Dombele.
Oh,
And
definitely. Yeah.
our fullbacks are, there's no strength in depth, but they're, the starters are decent enough. The centre backs is a big issue. I think that what they are is, second centre backs, if you for a better word.
Yeah.
They'd almost be like your Joe Gomez. They wouldn't be good enough, but they'd be there as your second kind of centre back if you need it. We need that leader though.
I'll tell you what though. The back four that I would like to see is Tananga and Sergio Regs as wing backs, Toby Alderweireld and Rodon in that central defence.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah,
That's what I'd like to see.
Definitely.
Yeah.
There's youth there as well, something to promote.
And Tananga, yeah, he's Tottenham through and through, born and bred there. But we've seen him in previous games. He's got the quality there.
The Liverpool game comes to mind. The very first start.
That was one of them. So he's got it there. And yeah, that's the back four I'd like to see. But obviously, it's not going to happen. He's going to probably carry on playing the likes of Davis there, Dyer, or Sanchez. Now and then he's going to rest Toby Alderweireld. For me, why? I know we played roughly 2 hours of football when we had Everton in the FA Cup. But you shouldn't have rested Toby.
Yeah.
Not for that City game, but like I said, it's just constant individual errors, mainly with the back four. Like it doesn't help when you keep swapping and changing. It's like there's no set system there. Like Poch had, just keep swapping and players, left, right, and centre. But like you said, we have got the midfield there. We've got the attack up front as well. So we just need some sort of consistency there.
Yeah, and I think what's happening with Toby Alderweireld is I think it's probably time for him to transition out. He's 31 years of age. Maybe give him 2 or 3 more years, but I think maybe it's time to transition Rodon in, but with Toby and not without him.
No, I'm going to disagree on that a little bit.
Yeah.
A little. I still think Toby's still young for a defender. Like, if he was a striker, then yeah, I could see what you mean. But I still think he's still got the quality there. Look at the Tongan playing for Benfica. He's getting regular football out there, and still good. Still plays for Belgium as well.
Yeah.
Definitely. I still think Toby's got a few left in him. Definitely. He has to be starting regularly. But whilst you got Serge Aurier out, like I said with that back four, I'd have Tananga in Serge Aurier's spot, Toby, Rodon, Regs. But yeah, that's the back four I'd like to see if Sergio is missing. So I have Tananga in Sergio, Sergio's place. But it won't happen.
Yeah,
It'd just be the likes of Davis there, Dyer, like I said, Sanchez, the usuals.
I think I think in the last podcast we were talking about a bit of a rebuild is needed, mainly defensively. Um, kind of
But then
yeah,
Poch said that just before he got the sack. He said it's time to rebuild now because it took what 2 or 3 seasons for Levy to start pulling money out his back pocket and start spending some money.
yeah.
So we all knew it was coming. But yeah, definitely a rebuild there. Definitely is. We need to offload quite a few players.
I mean, the thing is, Levy, he has enough money to do what he wants as well. Like
Of course he does. See, this is Levy, who I hate with a passion. I've said it before, like, yeah, he's got us a brand new stadium. I thank him for that, innit? Because it was, we needed that. But he's so tight when it comes to transfers. Um, it's like when we sold Moussa Dembele, what was it, 30 mil, was it roughly?
something like that. Yeah,
And it
Around
took
that.
him how long to get him replaced with that money? It's ridiculous.
It's almost like he still
he
has it.
he likes the money on hand.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. He's so tight, so tight.
I think what we need
Um,
instead of Levy is, I think Levy should still be there. He should be, a chairman. He should run everything off the pitch, and let someone like, I don't know whether Steve Hitching is still director of football or not. Even Luis Campos, he just left Lille. He's he's good friends with Jose Mourinho, but he built that superb Monaco team in 2017. He's found players from all over like Europe who are who have turned into superstars like Mbappe, Bernardo Silva, Fabinho. The list goes on and on and on. So if we hired someone like him to handle sort of transfers and acquisitions, and then let Levy handle, the stadium, advertising, just general income to give somebody like Campos money, I think then we could be in a much better position than we were if Levy just manages player acquisitions and sales, etc.
okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. And going back to the defensive errors, really, do you think that's a player issue, or do you think that's because they're not used to having possession? They don't really know what to do with it at times.
Uh, Player problems, individual errors. It's like again, it's like you got to blame a part of it on Jose, where he keeps swapping and changing the tactics, the formations, the players. It's like they don't know what they're doing. Um, I'm just, literally just gonna put it down to that. He's got to stick to one system and regular players that are going to start week in week out. He can't keep swapping and changing.
Interesting. Probably right there. Right. If we move on then to the Wolfsberger game, what were your initial thoughts there?
A lot better. It was good to see Bell and Delhi there, who for me they should have started games a long time ago. We all know the quality that Delhi has. Yes, he's been lazy in certain games, especially in training. We all know he's a bit, doesn't want to train hard like the others do. But we all know what the guy's got in his locker. So it's good to see Delhi back in there alongside Bell. So yes, Wolfsberger, they're what part timers, compared to our quality. So you got to put that in account as well. But it's just good to see some quality there, like like there was hungry, especially
Yeah.
Delhi, hungry for the ball, chasing it, trying to set Sonny up and whatnot. So it was a lot better than the game before that.
I think the one thing though that Actually, was to go on to Ben actually first. Ben, what do you think of the game?
I thought the players that you mentioned, like your Delis, your Bales, they really made a difference. Just the difference in quality between um, our rotation options compared to the rest of the league. Even I don't know why he's insisted on not playing Bale when we know he has that quality and we know he's able to do these things. But you know, we're looking for a right winger who can do everything that Bale can, and yet he's not playing Bale. That I don't really understand why. But yeah, I think Bale definitely made the difference. He won man of the match for a reason. His goal was absolutely ridiculous. And yeah, I think Delhi and Bale deserve to start tomorrow against West Ham because they've worked hard for their position in the team, and if
Yeah.
they don't play, what's going to happen to their confidence? They've just put in the performance of their
That's
seasons, and then Mourinho turns around and says, "No, you're on the bench," or "No, you're not getting picked in the squad." I think they need to build up confidence and to build up their name to be on that team sheet.
So then, for who would you put on for who would you take off for Deli Ali?
Me,
for the West Ham game.
Yeah, for the West Ham game.
Who would I take out? Trying to think now.
So the attack. I'll show you the attack we had against
Go on then.
Man City. Um,
Okay.
so we played the 4-2-3-1, and our cam that day was Lucas Moura, and right wing was Eric Lamela.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Lamella. Lamella or
yeah, I
Lucas, to be
agree.
honest. Because really and truly, the formation I would love to see, I know it ain't going to happen, but the formation I'd love to see tomorrow against West Ham, Lloris in goal. Back four, Tananga, Toby Alderweireld, Rodon, Reguilon. Central midfielders, Højbjerg and Dembele. Just in front of them, Bell, Deli, Son, Kane up front.
Yeah, I agree.
So
I think
yeah,
that's our best lineup right now.
Yeah, definitely. Especially Bow and Deli, like I said, they put in a massive shift the other night, and for them to not be picked, just like you said as well, it's gonna put a thought in their minds. Like, what have we got to do? Like, we just put a good performance in the other night, and now we're not even picked to start the game. So fingers crossed these boys start.
yeah. There's visible you know, there was visible annoyance in Deli's face when he wasn't getting to leave to PSG. You know, it was something he clearly wanted to do to get into the Euro squad because he has that quality. But
He just wants regular football. That's it.
yeah, yeah. So if we move on then to some different questions. And our first question to you is Jose in or Jose out?
Jose in all day. All day. Put it this way, every club he's been at, he's won silverware. But coming to Tottenham, we all know it's a whole different ball game. Because, just before Poch left, he even said it himself, we need to rebuild. So Jose's got to be given the money and the time to build the squad he needs to start delivering silverware. Yeah, we've got a massive chance in April against City. Fingers crossed, we can deliver a bit of silverware there. Obviously, we've got the UEFA Cup as well, or the Europa League as it's called now. So, fingers crossed we can start delivering a bit of silverware. At least one trophy this season and a fourth spot finish would put a smile on my face. So, Jose in, definitely.
Ben, what are your thoughts?
I think Jose in for now. If we don't achieve those things, like Flick said, top four and a trophy, I think top four will be difficult, but I think we're definitely able to do it with just based on our attack. But if we don't deliver a trophy, I think his position needs to be I don't want to say considered, but you know, when there's managers out there like Nagelsmann, um, even Hasenhüttl, I know he lost 9-0 twice. I wouldn't be the biggest fan of Hasenhüttl, um, but even with managers like that, when they're available and they play, you know, attacking football, which is kind of what it's kind of the Spurs way. We've always played sort of attacking, sort of. We've always had that flair. So it's a bit different to play Part the Bus, and it's a bit less entertaining. But if we start playing like we did at the start of the season, where we were, you know, free scoring, you know, 5-2, 6-1 in the same week, and um, I think if we start playing like that, we're definitely closer to trophies, and I think Jose should stay. But if we just, you know, if we get knocked out of the Europa League in the quarterfinals or something, or we lose the League Cup final, um, then I think it should be sort of considered by the board what they're going to do. But for now, I'm Jose in.
Yeah, that's an interesting take. Would you replace him at the end of the season? Let's say if he got won the League Cup but got knocked out of the Europa League.
Ooh,
Me personally, I'd give him another season because you know, like we all know, he needs time to rebuild. Obviously, Poch wasn't given that, so give Jose the time and money to show what he can do. At least one more season after this one.
yeah, I agree. I think
Mm.
once he delivers that silverware, those players' confidence and their morale in the team will go sky high. Um, I know it's only a League Cup, but it's a trophy and it's Spurs.
Mm.
We're lacking that right now.
Mm.
So yeah, I think give him probably another season. Just give him the resources he needs to build a good team, because we know he's a winner. We know what he can do. He's done it at every club he's at. You know, the lowest league position he's ever come in his second season is second, and that was with Man United. Obviously, he's probably not going to win the league this season. In fact, no, he's definitely not going to win the league this season. But yeah, I remember Man City.
Never
but,
say never.
yeah, I mean, I don't want to say never, but I mean, it's highly unlikely at this stage.
There's still twists and turns to go. Yeah, anything can happen.
That's true. That's true.
It's been a roller coaster of a season.
Yeah, it really has. But yeah, I think give him another season. Given the resources he needs to rebuild, and he'll build a team.
Yeah, and here's another one. If Nagelsmann was to become a free agent, would you take him over Jose, or still keep Jose?
I'll still keep Jose.
Oh, I don't know. You know, I really like Nagelsmann.
Really.
Yeah.
He's a favorite on this show.
I'd wait.
Right.
Would I? I would.
So we talked about the rebuild. Who would be so? What positions do you think ideally we need to strengthen? We'll start with Flicks.
Part of the defence, like don't forget we got Ryan Sessegnon, who's on loan, who I do highly rate.
Yeah, season.
Yeah, he's been playing good from what I've seen in Hoffenheim. So we got Ryan Sess to come back, hopefully. With the central part of that defence, you've got Tananga who can play there. You've got Rodon. So I would literally stick with them. And obviously you've got Toby there as well. So maybe stick it out for another season with them. I know a lot of people have been talking about that guy from Inter Milan. What's his name? Sorry, I can't pronounce his name.
Skriniar.
That's it. Yeah, a lot of people have been. A lot of people have been mentioning his name, and there was another guy, South Korean.
Oh, Kim Jan-wee or something.
Yeah. I'm not seeing a lot of him though, but I think for now I would literally stick with Rodon and Tananga alongside Toby.
Would you?
Juan Foyth to come back as well. He's been on a Villarreal.
One Foyth. okay.
He's okay.
Been
He's
okay, yeah.
yeah.
He's been okay,
I don't
yeah,
think
yeah.
he's better than Foyth or Changanga. He's not better than Foyth. Better than Rodin, should I say?
Oh no, 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 no,
Or
no,
Tanganga. But
no, definitely.
yeah, he's still an option. Still
I'd
good as
Yeah,
say
well.
if we play him something like a set like a backup kind of centre back.
Yeah, I
yeah,
agree with that.
yeah.
And if we look at Ryan Sessegnon's stats this season, he's got 11 matches played in the Bundesliga, 2 goals and 2 assists as a right back. You know, it's
Pretty good.
decent enough. Like it's
Yeah, that's good.
sorry, left
Yeah.
back. Yeah. So we've got some incomings lined up. Who would be and rate them then for us if you want. Tell us how you would feel if they came to Tottenham. So if we start with Zeki Silic, he's the right back from Lille. He's 24 years old, 2 goals, 2 assists in all competitions and 22 appearances. He's worth roughly 15 to 20 million. He's Turkish. Yeah. What would you make if he came to Tottenham?
I've not seen anything playing wise, so I can't really comment on that one. Um, yeah, that's it. I can't really say a lot on him. Yeah.
Yeah.
He
Ben?
was a bit of a rogue choice, to be fair. Well, I think he's played well for Lille. Obviously the stats show he's got a goal and an assist in him, but he's another Campos find, so you never know. He might turn out to be unbelievable. He might turn out like Tom Lamar. We don't know, but I think there's probably better options. But he would be good if we did go for him.
Yeah, he's young as well. Then if we move on to James Justin,
I like James
he's
Justin.
can play right back or left back. Leicester, 22 years old, 3 goals, 2 assists in 24 appearances, but he would be roughly 40 to 50 million.
Yeah, he's good. I've seen him play. He's got some quality there. Definitely.
Yeah, I'd like to see him. He probably costs a lot because it's Leicester, but
Yeah.
yeah, if we did go for him, yeah, I'd like to see him play for Spurs.
Yeah. Then we look at Rafinha, the Leeds guy, 5 goals, 7 assists in 25 appearances.
Cool. Yeah, that's a good stat. Yeah, no, he's. I've seen him as well playing for Leeds. He's again good, very good.
Um,
I would only bring him in if Bale went back to Real Madrid. But yeah, I really like Rafinha. I think he's a really good player.
yeah. There's a few more names here: Max Aarons, Ibrahima Konate, and then another goalie as in Strakoshka, Simon Binder, or Henderson, something like that. Um,
Max Aarons from Norwich. We was linked with him. Was it last season or the season
Yeah, I
before?
think it was the summer he got relegated anyway with Norwich.
Yeah, yeah, that's it. Yeah. No, he's good. He's good.
he,
Potential.
he's proven that he can play in the Premier League.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because quickly, whilst you mentioned him, I just thought of Oliver Skip. What's your thoughts on Skippy?
Baller. That's one thing.
Definitely, yeah,
Absolute
definitely,
goat.
yeah.
He's the best player for the best team in the championship, and oh, I love Ollie Skip. He's been insane.
He won as a centre defensive mid. He won Player of the Month in September for the entire championship.
Bloody hell.
Like,
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, big up Skippy. Yeah.
he obviously the championship is a different beast, but I think there are plans for him to become, a permanent place with Højbjerg probably in that squad.
Yeah, no, that'd be good. He's homegrown as well, and he born and bred
Yeah.
Tottenham
Yeah.
through and through. So that's something we need as well. You know.
Yeah. If we move on to departures, then what do you think who do you think is the deadwood?
Right, I've got 4 names here. I hate to say it. my first boy, Winksy.
Okay.
Hate to say it, but I'm going on to the game where he come off the bench against Everton, and he come on, if I remember rightly, in extra time. He kept giving the ball away, just being very, very sloppy. Um, and that shot at the end, like, what was that all about? So, Winks, yeah, I hate to say it, like I said, Winks, Dyer with a big question mark. It's like he's lacking confidence there. But the likes of Sanchez again, nah, it's just not cutting it. Lamella as well, also like another question mark. Like he can be hungry, like he wants to set things up, but then there's other sides to him as well. Um, Ben Davis is again just not cutting it to the level that we need to be at. I'm a bit 50-50 with Matt Doherty at the moment. So yeah, man, that's the players I'm a bit iffy with, and that I want to see leave. So yeah,
Would you keep anyone for kind of backups, or would like you try rebuild a lot more?
probably with the question marks like Dyer, I think I would stick with Dyer for maybe another season. Uh, Wink, I hate to say it, just like I said, but I think Winks, the likes of Winks, Sanchez, Ben Davis, definitely offload.
Ben,
Yeah, I
any
agree.
thoughts on any more names?
Um, I like this player, but I think Sissoko. Especially if Ollie Skip comes back. Where does Sissoko play? Also, he's 31, so
Mm,
he's kind of
yeah, that's true.
aging out of a box-to-box midfielder sort of role that he's been playing in. So I think maybe if Ollie Skip comes back and they plan on playing him regularly, I think Sissoko needs to find a move. Um, but in general, all the names you said, I think Ben Davis is definite leave for me, especially if Ryan Sessegnon comes back. I think Ryan Sessegnon should be Reguilon's sort of cover. But
Mm, mm.
yeah, all the names you mentioned, yeah, I agree with.
Yeah, and but we lack the homegrown players. The limit we're at, I think we're like in our squad. I think we're one player away from the limit or something.
Are we really? Bloody
Yeah,
I
hell.
think
we're
that's why
very close.
Gazaniga has been frozen out. I think that's why we signed Joe Hart to get English players in.
Yeah,
So if we sell players like Sissoko and well, I think Davis is homegrown because Swansea are in the English leagues. But yeah, if we sort of replace Sissoko with Ollie Skip, then that's another sort of homegrown talent.
Yeah, I like that one. Yeah, definitely.
So, is there any final thoughts? How would you plan on moving forward? Let's say you are Spurs board. Um, what would you? Let's say you had the task of making that Spurs team go first next season. What would you do?
Boy, keep the likes of Bell there, Delhi. They've still got it. There needs to be a concrete set in stone where you've got a certain squad. You know what you're doing. You know what the roles are. Um, it- um, and to start buying some quality as well. Like there's too much dead wood there now. It's just offload them. Um, uh, uh, it's difficult because it's been like 13 years since we won a bit of silverware, yeah. And it's like we just can't step over that line. Like there was the Champions League final. I think if I remember rightly, there was an FA Cup semi-final against United.
There was a League Cup
Um,
final as well in 2015, 16.
Yeah, that was against Chelsea, wasn't it?
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, yeah. Um, yeah, man. We just need to have something set in place and just stick to that, and then and see where we can go from that, and start getting some homegrown players like your Skippy's back, who for me is phenomenal. You got Tananga as well. Um, so we have got it. So like I said earlier, keep Jonesy for another season after this one, and then go from that.
Um, yeah, Ben, any final thoughts then?
Um, yeah, I agree with most things that with everything that Flick said pretty much. But I think um, if we were going to buy players in the summer, we need to focus on that defense because for last summer we sort of focused on improving that midfield and the attack as well. Obviously, Bale, Vinicius, etc. But we didn't really focus on the defense. Obviously, Reguilon and Doherty we needed, but in terms of centre back, all we bought was Rodon. I think he's a good player, but if we're going to offload some deadwood and at centre back, we need to find a quality and viable replacement.
Yeah. So I think that's it for the podcast today. We hope you enjoyed it. If you did, like and subscribe, and go follow Flicks on YouTube and on Instagram, and I believe you have a TikTok as well.
I'm on all sorts, man. I'm on TikTok, Twitter, Facebook. What am I missing? Snapchat. I've got an up and coming clothing line as well called Official. So yeah, man, literally all the links will be in the bio. So just check them out. Check them out.
We'll link everything in the description, and follow us on Instagram at Spurs Thoughts by Mo and Ben. We have a TikTok as well, Thoughts on Spurs. Yeah, everything will be in the description. So thanks for listening and goodbye.